But I want you to get ready to come back home. I want you to be empowered, and I want to invigorate you, because the journey that you have to take is a long journey. You've got to go over some rough roads. You've got to go over some mountains and some valleys. But I want you to understand that when you trust me, when you're invigorated, when you're really going to follow me, I'm going to make every valley high. I'm going to make every mountain low. I'm going to even straighten up the crooked roads. I'm going to make the rough roads plain. How can you do that? Because I'm God. I'm going to lead you home. All you need to trust me that I'm going to bring you back to the house. My brothers and sisters, today in this Advent season, we need to understand that God is trying to get us back. And he's ready to lead us back to where he is. I'm going to bring you, comfort you. I'm going to bring you to the house. Now, you've got to be ready. You got to have power. You got to be invigorated. And I think, my brothers and sisters, when we look around our churches sometimes, when we look around even in our Christian walk, some of us are too lethargic. Some of us just mope around and just act like we have no power at all, like God has gone off and left us. Excuse me now, but even in church, there are times when we need to make sure that we act like we got some power. We act like the Spirit invigorates us. But sometimes we just sit around and I saw on television, and I was watching the emergency room while they was in the emergency room. So they brought this guy in, and while they had him on the table, he was about to expire. He was almost coded, and when he was about to code, they reached up and got these pedals, and they kind of rubbed the paddle together. Then they stuck it on his chest, and they shocked the brother. And while he was on that gurney, when they shocked him, the whole body just jumped. They rub it together, boom, they jump, rub it together, boom, jump, and pretty soon his heart started beating again. I think what God needs to do with some of us, he needs to rub that paddle. Deacons need to be shocked. Preachers need to be shocked. Hey, Christians need to be shocked. Our hearts get to pumping, and we can run and tell somebody that God is still trying to lead us back to the house. Yeah. He was trying to get them. I want you to get ready to move. I want you to get up and get ready to move, because I'm about to do something. And I tell you, when God gets ready to do it with you, my God, you better be ready. Don't you ever ask God to do something for you and you mean it, because when he starts doing it, he's going to do it in a big way. Yes, he is. And if you ain't ready, you're going to miss the boat. But, oh, God Almighty, help me, Holy Ghost. Help me. So here it is. Comfort ye, my people, the Lord said. And see, that comfort did not mean to be smooth. See, we said, Lord, as long as you bless me, all I can do is just lay back and be fat, dumb, and happy until you come and take me away. No, baby. No. You got to move for the Lord. See, this was the message of divine deliverance. God was going to actually bring them back to his home. Now watch this. He gave this message to a human being, a humanoid, flesh and blood. And boy, we have trouble believing what a human says. Oh God, who told you? How you know God said that? Yeah. But you better check yourself, because God works through humans. Yeah. God would take a person, anoint a person, fill that person with the Spirit, with his word, and send him out to do his work. But if you get anointed and be one who's called by God to go out and spread the gospel word of comfort, if folk don't want to believe it, guess what? Don't fall on your sword. Back up, shake the dust, and keep on moving, because you know that God has called and anointed you. Some people get stuck and they stay in their slavery ways because of the fact that they don't want to listen to what you have said. But if God said it, baby, and told you to say it, you say it. But you don't have to stand there and argue with folks, because if you tell the truth, truth will stand on its own. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. People had broken hearts, you see, and as a result, they were so depressed and their heart was so broken that they had difficulty believing what the preacher had told the prophet had said to them. They felt that Babylon was too far for God. They felt that it was too far for God to become to them. God didn't know where they were. Being in Babylon, they were not in the holy city, they were in Babylon. But man, listen, they failed to understand the ubiquitous nature of God, the omnipresence of God. God is everywhere. He is so much everywhere that he ain't nowhere. You can't go anywhere where God is not. I don't know why they didn't understand that. We're down here in Babylon and God doesn't know where we are, but they didn't realize that God created Babylon. God made Babylon so that Babylon could get them and punish them because of their sin. God knew where they were. They were in Babylon. Where can I go from the presence of God? Where? Oh. If I take the wings in the morning, he's going to be there. Well, where can I go if I make my bed in hell? He's there. I can't go anywhere that God is not there. You got to stop trying to run from God. You don't want me to see it, so you go to the next county. God is there. Oh. You even leave the state with somebody you ain't got no business with, thinking nobody said, God is there. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And they're sitting there talking about God doesn't know where we are, and God himself seems somehow or another to have forgotten all about us. But isn't it kind of interesting that I realize that this is the Old Testament stuff? But what was happening? What was happening was the preparation. God Almighty, help me, Jesus. All it was the preparation for the Advent. You got to watch how God does stuff. You see, you just can't read and say, oh, okay, I got it now. Watch God. God is always doing something. Through his action, words, and deeds, God is trying to reconcile man unto himself. He's doing something. Yeah. And so he's making preparations for the Advent. But they think that God has forgotten them. They think that God doesn't know where they are. But they fail to understand that to think that God has forgotten them is nothing more than a modern humanistic thought of him. Yeah, it's too historical and too critical. But we must remember, when we start thinking that God has forgotten, and I know I'm being redundant here, when God has forgotten us, what we got to do, you got to reach back and grab the sublime confidence of your faith. I hope you got some. Grab that faith. And if you don't know where to grab it, think about how good God has been. If you don't know where to grab it, start looking what he's done for you, how he brought you safely where you are. Think about when he could have wiped you out, but he kept you here. When you look back to try to grab your faith, the devil doesn't want you to see it, but you think about the time. You think about the time when you maybe got sick and didn't think you were going to get well, but somehow or another he breathe on you and you're doing all right. Just think about how he has brought you over. You and Sally May have been together for 100 years, but Sally May ran off with another young man, and your heart is broken, but God kept you until he brought you somebody else. When you try to reach back and get your faith, and when your faith is blocked, you just think about how good God has been to you. And I declare unto you, everything will work out all right. Why? Because he has told us in no uncertain terms that neither death nor life, nor height nor depth, nothing that has been created, nothing whatsoever will ever separate us from the love of God. I don't care what it is, height, depth, principalities, nothing can separate you from the love of God. That means he ain't gonna ever forget you. He can't forget what he loves. He won't forget what he loves. No. Take comfort in knowing that. Let me hurry up and get out of here. Take comfort in knowing that. Yeah. Now notice, comfort you, my people. Comfort. See, God is everywhere. Yeah. But now watch. By him being everywhere, he is everywhere. He will never forget us. And co-joined with that infinite power of his presence is the infinite power of our remembering of his pity. Remember his pity.